I'm a great believer in following the money, and I think there's a big opportunity right now. So we just heard on May the 4th that both Anthropic and OpenAI are starting new ventures. They've got most of the big financial services companies like Goldman Sachs on board for this. Their basic plan is they're going to go into big Fortune 500 enterprises and put their engineers in situ inside of these corporations. So it's not just here's the tool, have fun, but instead, no, we're going to come in, work out what your workflows are, work out what you actually need to do, and then we're going to help you build that. They're going to embed themselves. So it's a form of consultation and implementation. The reason for this and why now is that suddenly the AI is good enough to do most white-collar work. It just needs to be matched up with somebody who knows how the industry works, somebody who has that insider knowledge of what makes it tick, who knows what the problems are, what AI can help with, what AI shouldn't be used for. Last year we saw big companies like Deloitte just being given AI and making huge mistakes because they weren't trained on how to use it properly. So what the labs have seen is that there is a demand for combining AI expertise with industry knowledge. And whilst they're chasing the huge contracts worth hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, there's a lot of space for you too. You can do this in your industry by combining your knowledge of artificial intelligence with your background in that particular industry. A couple of ways to do this. I put together a full guide. If you comment insider, I'll send it over to you or check the link above. Okay, your first play is going to be education. You're going to become known as the person in your industry who talks about AI. You are the AI auditing person, the AI for vets lady, the AI for nursing guy. Basically, you carve out that space for yourself because they have not been taken. This will start with you cutting your teeth on social media and building up a following, but then you're going to start giving workshops, doing keynote speeches, and getting paid well for talking about your particular area of expertise. Second stream is advisory and consultation. This is when you become the go-to expert that a company hires, generally on a retainer basis, to help them navigate artificial intelligence. Again, you're combining your industry knowledge and AI knowledge, and helping them make decisions and choose tools that for you are pretty simple, but for these companies would require months of research and decision making. You can get paid well for cutting through that noise. And then third, there's going to be implementation. This normally follows on from the first two. Once you've become the person who tells people what's what and you actually help them get started with artificial intelligence, they're naturally going to come back to you and say, well, can you help us do it? And generally this will be project work where you go into an organization, you help work out what they actually need to do and help them do the work and get paid very well for doing so. I've created a video guide and checklist of how you actually get this done, as well as a mini course on my preferred course of action, which is giving workshops, as it's a really good entry way to get a couple of $1,000s per hour for your expertise. Just comment the word insider and I'll send all of this over to you. Make sure you're following so I can send that to you, or check above in the link in my bio, especially if you're on TikTok.